The irony isn't lost on us. We leave the school early in pouring rain, but soon enough, heading west, we'll leave it behind.
It's been a dream of mine actually, probably for the last 4 to 5 years, to start getting the schools to start sending the kids out to camps out west. Instead of sending them to the beaches where they all grow up, send them out west.
So I felt that going out west to Chinchilla would really open my eyes to what is actually happening.
Driving the van and the idea is Somerset College teacher Brad Walker. For 2 days, these city kids will be walking in the shoes of the people on the land.
Learning more about what's happening out there in rural Australia.
After 5 hours of travelling, our step off in Chinchilla is Drought Angels.
How was the drive out?
To meet the incredible team led by Tash and Jenny.
We are going to go to the watermelon farm that just recently lost all their crop from the hail we just had.
The learning starts quickly and the curve is steep. In a cruel twist, the first decent weather system in a year for watermelon farmers Terry and Dad Daryl O'Leary unleashed something far more sinister.
So we should have melons in the ground that I'd be able to show you at the moment, but on Thursday we were hit by...
Please hold, Shed, please hold.
I suppose you don't describe as a pretty biblical hailstorm. We had hail about the size of lemons come down, completely destroy all of our crops, all of our infrastructure.
Now each one of them plants is worth $2.64 each. There's 30,000 of them in this paddock.
It hit me, just hearing his voice and hearing what he had to say about his crops. It hit me hard. I had no understanding of how bad he would have felt until that moment.
By losing this crop with production could be worth $600,000 to us in loss.
Like even by talking to them, having conversation, you could see how mentally draining it is.
Well, we trucked them to Chinchilla, and then we've just been walking around feeding them, mate. So we're not really on our way anywhere. We just feed them each day and then move on, you know.
In the great tradition of what's called the long paddock, drover Hayden Turnbull has brought 800 head of cattle from New South Wales, chasing feed in dry times, but the pickings have been slim.
It can't rain everywhere else and it'll have to turn up.
It will.
Yeah.
Where'd you get your food from?
Cookie's got a fridge there in his toolbox and I've got one up my end, yeah. All the farmers have been pretty good, and Cookie's from Chinchilla, so it's good to have local knowledge working with me instead of both of us being from away, you know.
Ben Hayden's got to try and find good markets for his cattle, and then he's got to go home and deal with the drought because he hasn't had the rains.
That's why she lays on the back.
When neighbours have had little rain, Andrew and Di McIntyre have been lucky. A green tinge at last to their cattle property.
I'd say cows that way, weaners that way, calves.
There's great times, and the good times keep us going through the tough times.
It was such an eye-opening experience for me, and I know a lot of my classmates as well.
There's plenty to see out here.
Yeah, there's so much to see.
We've shown you only a little taste of it.
Finally, a cherished visit to Chinchilla State High School for shared stories and new friendships.
It was very revealing, and we made very good friends there.
You've got some outstanding humans who you get to spend some time with. I'm not one of those. You get to spend some time with these guys this morning, so it's really great.
I feel like we also get a different perspective from them, and we see how, if we were in their situation, how it would affect us.
There was something very special about having two groups of city and country teenagers come together, and what better way to do that than a game of sport, and in this case of basketball.
We need to keep our Aussie farmers on their farms so they can feed us.
The journey and the messages have had a profound impact.
I think it's very important, especially for girls, young girls and women, to see that these women are taking charge and they're making a difference.
It was just so heartwarming to see such compassion and such humanity from someone that doesn't have to be doing this.
On behalf of Somerset College, I'd like to present Drought Angels with our donations to hopefully help the farmers and make a difference. So there you go.
That's wonderful. Thank you so very much. That's just awesome, guys.
These kids are going to be able to make change, definitely, and by educating them, that's where the change is going to come from.
I mean, it was a 5-hour trip back, so we all had a massive discussion, about what really happened, what we saw and how it impacted not even just them, but everyone. The country's dependent on them, and it's crazy to see how hard it is.
It's really encouraging, and I'd like to see this kind of thing continue. It's great.
It's just really great that
a whole group of us have been able to go out to Chinchilla and actually experience it and then tell our friends and tell our families and spread the word. It's really needed.